Hello, you beautiful people. In today's video, we are going to talk about how you can be more open to receiving love and how you can open up your heart and take more of that love in. So if you're someone who struggles with your relationships, if you struggle with opening your heart to others, trusting others, then this is going to be the video for you. If you're new here, my name is Ladette, and on this channel, we talk about doing inner work, healing, leveling up, and glowing up. So if that sounds like something that you resonate with, definitely hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. That helps the YouTube algorithm and that really helps me reach more people, and I appreciate it. With that being said, let's get into it. So I have 9 different things that you can do to open that heart up to receiving more love and feeling good and feeling happy and all those feelings that come with having an open heart. Number 1 is to love yourself. Before you can do anything, before you can love anybody, before you can let somebody love you, whatever that is, whoever that is, you have to love yourself first. This is so big. Learning how to be okay with your own company, loving your own company, loving who you are, and just not relying on other people to validate you or make you feel like you are worthy of that love in the first place. And so things you can do to develop that self-love are things like affirmations, taking care of your well-being, learning how to just say nice things to yourself, learning how to show up for yourself, regularly complimenting yourself, and just being your best friend, being your own best cheerleader, and not allowing anyone or anything to truly get in that way. And so learning how to love yourself is a big deal, and I know it is a process for a lot of us, and it does definitely take time. But the number one thing that you want to work on, and all of the things that I list below number 1 is going to be things that can be incorporated into that self-love, but everything that you want to do is going to tie back to number 1. Without loving yourself first, it is going to be so difficult to allow others to love you. It's going to be so difficult to open up your heart to other people. So finding ways to show self-love, and this looks so different for all of us. Again, it could be the foods you put into your body, it could be the things that you say to yourself, it could be wearing clothes that make you feel flattering, like it could be doing more self-care. Maybe you give yourself a spa day, maybe you buy an at-home kit so you can give yourself weekly pedicures. Like, so many ways to show up and love yourself there. Number 2 is to make and recite a daily gratitude list. Seriously, every day. Think about what things you are grateful for in your life that you love. Maybe it's your family, maybe it's your partner, maybe it's your pets, your job, your income, what you get to do for a living. Maybe it's where you live. Maybe you live somewhere that is just like a dream to be in, Whatever it is, write down and then recite that gratitude list. What do you already love in your life? What already makes you so happy? And say it all the time. Tell yourself, I love where I live. I love my apartment. I love my job. I love my friends, the things that you deeply love. And when you say it all the time, you're putting that energy out into the world, which is going to allow you to attract more love. If you're even for a second thinking about what things you love, you're in that frequency already. You're literally already in that frequency. I can guarantee if you're thinking about things that you love, you probably have a smile on your face. You probably feel it inside of you. You're feeling a little giddy. Maybe you're giggling. You're just feeling happy. You're already uplifting yourself by doing that. And so when you can do this every day and make this a practice, then you're going to regularly be in that frequency. You don't have to for the rest of your life write this list. You don't have to for the rest of your life say this list. This is all about just opening up right now. This is all about learning how to open up your heart in this moment to love, to receiving love, to giving love, and just being love, right? It's all about being love. If you want to attract love, you have to be love. If you want to open up your heart, then you have to be love. It's all the same thing. The third thing that I want to talk about is to do more of what you love. So maybe you love going on bike rides. Maybe you love walking. Maybe you love hiking. Maybe you love going to the gym. Maybe you love meal prepping. Maybe you love going to a spin class. Like, whatever it is that you love doing, do more of that when you can and where you can. Maybe you live in a state where doing the thing that you love the most doesn't work. Maybe you love snowboarding and you live in Southern Florida. But whatever it is, we all have to have at least several things that we really love doing, that we really enjoy doing, that we can be so intentional of and make the time to do more of that thing. Because when you can cultivate more time to do X, Y, and Z, and those are the things that just genuinely bring pure love and happiness into your life, guess what? You're in that frequency, which allows you to bring more into your life. It's going to allow you to attract more into your life. When you feel love, when you experience love on the regular, you're going to bring events, people, places, things into your life that operate at that same frequency. It's literally the same thing with when you're having a bad day, you woke up late, and it seems like everything is just going downhill. You're getting all the red lights, like you're getting all of the things that match that lower vibration. But when you're at a higher vibration, guess what? You're going to attract more of what is at that higher vibration. So do yourself the favor and genuinely just create space and time. Maybe it's even once a week to do things that just bring pure love into your body. Number 4, I love this. It gets me all giddy or whatever. But it's to write a love letter. Like, when's the last time you wrote a love letter, if you've ever even written one before? And if you haven't, that's okay. But write a love letter. And even if you're like, Ladette, I don't have a partner, baby, you don't have to write a love letter to your partner. You can write a love letter to yourself, okay? Or maybe you write a love letter to a friend. It can be to, someone that you look up to. It doesn't matter. And a love letter doesn't have to be this like romantic thing of like, you have beautiful eyes. Like, no, a love letter can just be telling someone or telling yourself what you love about that person, what you appreciate about that person, what they do that's so amazing, what they do that's so inspiring, so incredible. But write a love letter. That's going to feel good to you, and it's going to put you in that frequency where your heart is going to be open and where you're going to be able to learn how to communicate and express your emotions. Even if you're someone who has a hard time telling people how they feel, that's okay. It can even be just like the simplest thing, or maybe you even start with yourself first before maybe you put yourself a little out of your comfort zone by doing it to someone else. But just one thing, it could be one thing that you love about yourself. Or maybe you tell your friend like, hey, you know what? I just want to say, like, I know I don't say this often, but I just really love that you're always there for your friends. I just really love that you show up. I just really love that you do what you're passionate about. Like, I think it's so cool that you know your worth. Like, even just little things like that is going to get you to start opening your heart to more love, because now you're expressing love. So if you can express love, trust me, baby, that heart is going to start opening. And it could just be literally, like I said, the simplest of thing. And then maybe you build yourself up to writing a whole letter telling your friend why they're the shit and why they're so cool and yada yada, whatever it is. Number 5, because we got to throw in some visualization in there, but it is to visualize more love coming into your life. So you can close those beautiful eyes. Look at me writing y'all a little love note. But you can close your eyes and then visualize, okay, what type of love do you want in your life? Okay, what type of love do you want in your life? Maybe you already feel a lot of love when it comes to your career, but not really with friendships or relationships. So visualize what exactly it looks like for you. How exactly is love going to show up in your life? Visualize you opening your heart. Even if you've been heartbroken, even if you have been through the worst of the worst, you've just been devastated in prior relationships, situationships, events, whatever, just for a second, and you're safe here, by the way, you're safe. It's just you in your own mind, but open your eyes. Well, you're visualizing, but in your mind's eye, open your eyes and see, what does it feel like to open your heart? Again, you are so safe here. It is just a visualization practice, but what does it look like for you? How does it feel for you? What type of events do you see happening now that your heart is open and you're not afraid to express how you feel? Now that your heart is open and you're not afraid to tell people how you feel, and even if they let you down, even if they're not interested, that's okay, because you know what? At the end of the day, it happened. When you have your heart open, yes, we are going to acknowledge that you may be vulnerable. You may get disappointed. You may have your feelings hurt, but that is not going to be the thing that holds you back, because opening your heart to love, to giving and receiving, is one of the most beautiful things that you can experience, and it is a part of life. Do not let that fear of getting hurt hold you back from experiencing true love to the fullest, deepest potential. If you get hurt, you will get back up. You will have that support. You have friends, you have your family. And even if you're like, I don't know how I would get through this, babe, I'm here for you then, okay? I am here for you. But do not let the fear of opening your heart keep you from opening it. So visualize what it feels like. Visualize feeling safe. Visualize someone just pouring so much love into you. Maybe it's a partner if you're single. That person just loving the fuck out of you, okay? That person just loving you for who you are, loving you for all the quirkiness and like the little weird things about you that they don't think is weird, but that you do. Just visualize what love looks like for you and how it impacts your life. Now that your heart is open, what do you see coming in? What do you see coming out? How does your life change? How does it improve? How does it get better? And just be so in that moment. Just absorb and soak in how good that feels and how it changes your body, your mood, how it elevates you. And then do it again. Make this a regular practice. You have access to this emotion. This is the beautiful thing about visualizing. It shows us and it teaches us that we don't have to wait until we receive an outcome to feel the feeling. A lot of our goals, our dreams, our visualizations, what we want have to do with an emotion. We want to feel peace. We want to feel freedom. We want to feel loved. We want to feel fulfilled. But those are feelings we can experience right now if we allow ourselves to visualize and feel it. You can be creative. You can be delusional. Okay, even if you're like, I've never felt this feeling, so I don't know how to visualize it, make it up. Just imagine what you think it would feel like, okay? And let it feel good. As long as it's feeling good in your body, you're on the right track. Okay, number 6 is to pour love into the work that you do, whether it's, your 9 to 5 and or the side businesses that you have, your side hustles, like whatever it is, pour love into it, because most of us are working, a 9 to 5 or whatever it is, right? A lot of us are working 40 plus hours. That is a good chunk of our time. So if we are not showing up for that big chunk of our time with love, then it's going to be hard to attract love. It's going to take longer to attract love. It's going to take longer to open up our heart to love. So if we can utilize that big chunk of time that we spend regularly finding ways to show up and do what we do with love, then we're going to open our heart to receiving more love. So maybe you start your day with a smile on your face. You tell yourself, I love my job, even if you're in a job that you don't really like, even just telling yourself, finding things that you love about that job, that's going to just help you. There's got to be at least one thing you like about your job, one thing that you get to do that doesn't feel miserable, that you actually enjoy. And so find ways to show up with love. Again, it could be that smile on your face when you go to work. It could be really going above and beyond to help out a customer, to solve a problem because you genuinely love helping people. Maybe it's that, you invite your coworkers to go for a walk during lunch so that you guys can all kind of recenter, spend some time with nature, and then show back to work feeling good. Like, find ways to just put more loving energy into the work that you do, and you will see what changes around you. Number 7, let's talk about putting loving food into your body. Food is energy. So there's some food that have higher frequencies than other food. And while I'm not going to tell you what kind of food you should be eating on a day-to-day, all I will say is put more loving food and food that gives you life into your body. So this may be something like a smoothie. This may be something like, I'm not going to just say like a plain salad, but like a salad, right? Like maybe you have a salad with your chicken and your other veggies and like whatever, your cheese, like whatever it is that you're putting, whatever. But put more food that is an example of loving food into your body, because you are going to feel that, and that does impact your energy. I think an easy way to put loving food into your body, honestly, is like smoothies. Love juicing, okay? I like making my spinach juice. I'll put apple juice in there, kale juice, beet juice, carrot juice. What else do I like? There's all kinds of veggies and fruits that I like to juice. Ever since I got a juicer, quick disclaimer, I have been unstoppable. But put loving food that just fuels you, food that makes you feel so amazing, food that is so good for you, food that is so healthy for you into your body, because that also makes a difference. When you eat crap regularly, right? When you eat crap, junk food most of the time, then you typically don't feel good, right? You feel bloated, you feel tired, you feel low energy, maybe grumpy, maybe you have a headache, you feel like the physical ways that it impacts you. And when you don't feel that great, it's hard to be in that loving energy. But when you have, when you're feeling like you have energy, when you're feeling good, when you're feeling happy, when you're feeling like, you're not bloated, you got mental clarity, then it's going to be easier to tune into that frequency of love. It's going to be easier to open your heart to other people. It's going to be easier to pour even more self-love into yourself. It's just going to all around be easier. Number 8 is a really sweet one, but it's to give and receive hugs. Hug, 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 hug as often as you can. Hug your pets, hug your friends, hug your mom, hug your dad, hug your whatever relatives, hug your guardian. Like every day, try to squeeze in a little hug in there. And even if you're like, no, I live alone, or like, I don't I don't want to hug a stranger, for example, whatever the reason is. Maybe you work from home. You're like, I don't want to hug my apartment roommates. That's the people who live next door. That's weird. Okay, hug yourself. If you cannot hug a physical person or an animal at least once a day, hug yourself. Actually, I would even recommend to hug yourself regardless and also try to hug somebody else. But whatever resources are available to you. But just a nice, I love you. I love me. Just a nice big hug, good little squeeze. And if you want to take it the extra mile, look at yourself in the mirror when you do that and tell yourself that you love yourself. That is going to help you if you're someone who struggles with their self-esteem or their confidence. That alone, it will probably make you feel a little bit uncomfortable in the beginning, but that's going to start helping you love yourself on such a deep level. To be able to just hug yourself and tell yourself, hey, I love you. You're doing so amazing. Feels so good. Do that for yourself. And if it's not a hug to yourself and it's a hug to other people, same thing. When we hug, when we have that physical contact and that energy exchange, that feels good. Hugs are just so symbolic of support, of love, of care. And at the end of the day, even if you're someone who kind of rides solo, you don't really do the whole sharing your feelings thing, a hug, even if for a brief second, reminds you that you're not alone. It's kind of that simple reminder of, hey, someone cares about you. Someone is here to support you. Somebody loves you. Somebody's exchanging this energy with you right now. And at the day, we're all human. It's a basic human need to feel connection. And a hug is a great way to feel connection. And the final thing that I want to say, which is number 9, is to see the world and others through the perspective of love, which just means that whatever things are happening, say that you just hear about negative things happening in the world, or someone said something negative or did something messed up or whatever it is, to remind yourself to view the world and view others through that perspective of love, which means that maybe instead of saying, I can't believe that person said that, can you believe them? It's, you know what? I hope that they're okay. Maybe they're going through something and I wish them nothing but loving energy. Just viewing things from love, because at the end of the day, we don't know what everyone is going through. We don't really know what's on someone else's mind. And it feels good to view things from love and not assume, right, why someone said something or did something or whatever it is. Viewing the world from love and viewing others from love on your part allows you to uplift the frequency of the world. And I just find so much beauty in that. Just thinking about how when I do my part, and when you're doing your part, and when others are doing their part, how at the individual level, we are uplifting the frequency of the world by simply putting loving, energetic kindness, words, and thoughts into the universe. We're making this a better place, even if it's not physically being said to someone, or even if no one notices, right? At the end of the day, you are making the energy around you vibrate at a higher level by simply viewing things from love and viewing others from that perspective of love. And I really just wanted to end it there because I just feel like this is so important. Let's make this world a better place. Let's collectively put more loving energy into the world so that we can all feel better, so that we can all be happier, so that we can all receive and feel more love in our lives. And so that is all that I have for you, you beautiful people. Let me know down in the comments below what resonated with you in this video. Let me know what's one thing that you want to do to be more open to love or to receiving love, or share down in the comments below what are some things that you have tried in the past that allowed you to open up your heart. This is a place where I want it to be a community. I want people to be able to share their ideas and their thoughts and their experiences, because you never know who's viewing. You may share something for someone that resonates with them so well, and that helps them transform their life. And I also just want to hear from you guys because it makes me really happy and I love conversing with you all. That's all that I have. Love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!